Hello there, and welcome to this week's edition of the Rabbi's Ramblings. I hope you've had a great week. Ever wonder where the source of our Jewish guilt comes from? Well, in a way, it may have come from this week's parsha, from this week's Torah portion. There are many of the Torah's laws and the mitzvot that come from this week's portion, and one of them is quite an interesting one. It says that if you own a home, you must build a fence around the roof to make certain that those who fall should not fall off your roof. Now, if we look at this statement, it doesn't say that a person shouldn't fall off the roof. It says that those who fall should not fall off the roof, implying, as Rashi states, that this person was destined to fall somewhere, but you have the responsibility to make sure that it doesn't happen in your premises. So, we see from here that even if someone who would come on during the winter, if you had a snow-covered roof, obviously if you didn't live in Florida, and would begin doing cartwheels, they would obviously fall off the side of the roof. But yet, you would be the one responsible at the end of the day because you should have had a fence. So this is in a way possibly the source of the Jewish guilt, where the father, when he's 80 years old, can think back and say to himself that the reason his son isn't successful is because he didn't buy him the bike he wanted when he was 7. But while this has a very negative impact on our lives, potentially, this idea that we are responsible for our surroundings actually is completely empowering. It tells us that, obviously you can use it for the negative and say that I could have prevented this and that, but the purpose of it is to tell us that we have the ability and therefore the responsibility to impact our surroundings for the good. As the Rabbi says, that if we see someone going down a path that is hurtful to them, and even if we try to help them, but we fail, then the onus is on us. Because it says that words that come from the heart enter the heart. If the message, when I would be imparting the message to that individual, would be sincere and I would only have their benefit on my mind, then I would have been successful in my mission. So we have to constantly remember that not only are we able, but therefore we are responsible to affect our surroundings. And remember, you matter, so make a difference. Shabbat Shalom.